Hello, people. As you probably know, I haven't done a tier list for some time, and that's because I've been busy with my personal life. I've been busy of making Lewis vlogs. Sorry if the wind noise is a bit noisy. I have the fans on because it's really hot. As you probably know by now, I've already talked about Generation 1 and Generation 2 of Total Drama characters. Though I still consider all these characters to be in the same place, this was only from my first view of the whole show. Maybe I might consider rewatching the whole show again and might even have different opinions based on all the characters. I mean, I don't know. I do still consider Zoe, B, and Sam as my top three characters along with Cameron and Brick. The first generation, well, like I said a little while ago, it was a bit hard to do because I had a real good think of which characters, especially in the favourites section, I like more. But anyway, we're going to talk about Generation 3, which are the Pahkitew Island characters. This video shouldn't be as long as like in some of my previous tier list videos. I think my Generation 2 might have been about 28 minutes? Somewhere like that. I haven't seen it for some time. But without further ado, let's go through each character of Pahkitew Island, or Generation 3, but you know what I mean. And I made a section, great, alright, or nah. Or nah, something like that. The first character we have is Amy, and yes, I do remember all the characters' names. I haven't seen the show for a little bit, but I have been currently watching Total Drama Rama, in which the new episodes, especially in season 3, where Sugar and Lightning are actually part as the main cast now. If you're a massive fan of Total Drama, but you're not too much of a fan of Total Drama Rama, well, you give Total Drama Rama a chance. You don't have to make it as your favourite show, but just watch each one and see what you think of every episode and all the characters. But bear in mind, some people don't like Revenge of the Island or All Stars or Pahkitew Island for that matter. Some people say that the show went downhill after Total Drama World Tour was finished, but I don't consider any of the seasons to be bad. I just enjoyed all of them because I know Total Drama is one of my favourite franchises because there's all these different characters and personalities and characteristics. That's what makes the show rememberable by the time you understand everything and how all the characters are played out. Some of them aren't as long, but some of them has like a lot of screen time, depending on if they compete in the season or when if they do get animated or not. But let's start now with the Pahkitew Island characters. So Amy is the first one. If you're confused about Amy and Sammy because of very identical looks, Amy is the one with the spot and Sammy is the one without one. And she, the one that looks more got like a friendly face. I didn't really like Amy that much in Pahkitew Island, especially the fact that she's too selfish, she's very mean. Her sister, Sammy, wanted to get onto the show just to get away from her sister, which is Amy. But it was a good thing she got eliminated sooner than later in the season. Yeah, because she's just looks more like a combined version of um more of a combined version of Heather, Joe, and Courtney all combined together. So yeah, Amy's definitely not one of my favourite characters. So I just hope she won't come back in a future season and probably act the same way again, or even worse, because mean characters don't deserve to have all the fame. Characters like Zoe and Cameron and Mike, not Mao, and Dawn, just to name a few, they're nice people. At least Cameron and Zoe and Mike, pardon me, were finalists at least. Scott, with that face, it's just, like I said before, he's just a comical version of Duncan. He's more of a comic relief character, isn't he? Right, Beardo we have next. I like Beardo, I do, but he only appeared in one episode because he was the first person to be voted off. I like Beardo because he's just someone that's just completely unpredictable. I like him, I do. I won't consider him my favourite because he only ever appeared in one episode, but if he does come back in the future season, I hope he gets more screen time and maybe even different characteristics rather than making sound effects all the time. Who knows? I mean, I know that Total Drama is getting renewed or rebooted, Total Drama Island. Who knows? It'd be nice to see some familiar faces. It'd be nice to see more Sadie or Beth or Eva or Dawn or I don't know, Brick or B. Just give more characters screen time so that we get to know them better. Now, I'll come up to one of, well, a lot of people say that Dave is the worst character in the whole franchise because people thought he was just too incredibly annoying. But that's just their opinion. I don't hate Dave. I like him a bit better than Amy. He was just too jealous, he was, that he didn't win Sky, and he was a bit boastful. He doesn't like too many shenanigans, and he's actually been quoted as the normal guy. I don't hate Dave, but I didn't consider him as one of my favourite characters. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, Dave is an alright character to me, despite with his ridiculous characteristics and he's mostly serious, he is. I mean, 9 out of 10 times he is serious, but at least he is sociable. At least he's not secretive. I mean, he has been admitting he wants to go out with Sky, but it didn't go his way. And then he realises that Sky has a boyfriend called Keith, and that's how he finally retaliates altogether. Poor Dave. So, I don't find him annoying. I won't consider him my favourite character. I like him better more than him. He's just alright, but I would consider him better than Amy, because at least he's cooperative, at least, with his team. It's not like he just go out of his way and just go, yeah, out of my way. It's all about me. At least he thinks about his team. At least. It's better than completely nothing. Ella we have now. I like Ella, I do, with her Disney fantasy, very musical characteristics. I like her. Definitely more than Dave, but do I like her more than Beardo? I won't consider her as one of my favourites, but because her voice actress is very talented, I'll let her take the spot, because at least we get to know her, that she's not too smiley all the time, and she has emotions, and she cares about others. She gets bullied by Sugar a lot. I like her, I do. So yeah. Yeah, that's it really. I just like her very talented singing. She's very, very good at singing. How come she didn't appear in World Tour? She probably, well, she did say she loves Total Drama World Tour. Maybe you should have got on to World Tour, love, but you were way too late by the time. Maybe she wasn't old enough, that could be the reason. Jasmine we have now. I like Jasmine, I do, with her Australian outback characteristics. You know, she's very tough and strong. She has a great relationship with Sean, where it has ups and downs. I like Jasmine, I do. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this up here. Do I consider her as one of my favourite characters? In fact, I like her more than Ella and Bear though, but she'd possibly be one of my top 5 favourite characters. Leonard we have now. Leonard's a funny character, he is, where he lives with this very wizardry Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit, Harry Potter characteristics, where he always thinks of his fantasy side rather than too much of the real world. He's friendly. Well, he's not daft, at least he takes some people seriously. Especially his wizard powers he thinks he has. He appeared in the Ridonculous Race, but he was voted off first along with Tammy. I like Leonard, I do. Maybe not as much as Jasmine, but... You know what, in fact? He'd probably be in 6th place of my top characters, because I like him because he's... I think it's because he always tries to act seriously. He talks seriously, but doesn't exactly... He doesn't exactly have that emotion to express angriness too seriously, like Dave and Dakota and Joe and even Scott. I like Leonard though, you're just a fun wizard, you know? Max we have now. Max will be one of my top 3 characters because Max is just super comical, he is, with his evilness and his Dr. Eggman characteristic, or Dr. Robotnik or something. I actually love Max, I do. I love him in Pahkitew Island. Oh, bless you, Max. At least you reached to the merge. You even got further than Dave. Max is actually one of my top 3 characters because he's just so funny, he is. He actually appeared in Total Drama Rama along with Ella as Owens' cousin. But I didn't like Max in Total Drama Rama, but I loved him in Pahkitew Island. Maybe because his older characteristics are more comical. He's like a grown man. He looks like he's in his 20s or something, and he acts very... Max is definitely very childish. He's childish and he's just... what else is another thing to his characteristics along with childish? He's just... sneaky. Childish and sneaky, and that's what it makes him funny. Right, Rodney we have now. Rodney is a weird character to me, that he's not evil. He's very friendly. You know, he's sociable most of the time. But the only problem with Rodney is that every time when he sees a girl, whenever it's Scarlet or Sugar or Samey, just to name a few, as an example, he always seems to fall in love every time. It's like, imagine if Ezekiel appeared in all of the seasons, and when he saw Gwen, he falls in love, then he falls in love with Courtney, then he falls in love with Bridget, then he falls in love with Blaney. I mean, Ezekiel would definitely be a weird character if he was definitely like that, but luckily he wasn't. He was homeschooled, but he seems to try and always act cool and He thinks he's the popular one or something. Poor Ezekiel. I wish the best of luck for the future for him. Bless him. Back to Rodney. Rodney is just very strange. He's not a nasty character, but he's not very clever either. Maybe Rodney is just learning, I suppose. Do I like him more than Dave? I do, because at least Rodney was never mean. But I didn't like him as much as Bear, though, because Rodney is just too weird to be a great character like Max and Jasmine and Leonard. So yeah, that's my opinion based on Rodney. Sammy we have now. Sammy's a nice girl. Maybe she should have been on the other team rather than on the same exact team as her sister Amy. Yeah, I like Sammy as just in general. Not my favourite character, but just likeable. I'll put her in here between Beardo and Rodney because, yeah, just a likeable character. Nothing special, just better than Amy, definitely. Scarlet we have now. Scarlet's an interesting character where her appearance looks interesting. She's very technical. She becomes the anti-protagonist in Scarlet Fever. She's clever. She is clever and technical. I didn't consider her as one of my favourites, but I like her more than Amy and Dave. Do I like her more than Rodney and Sammy? I'll put her in between Sammy and Rodney. I just like her. Not one of my favourite characters, but I just like Scarlet in general. Sean we have next. I like Sean, but I didn't really consider him as my favourite character because maybe he's definitely a bit more plain than Leonard or Ella or Max. But Sean's alright. I'll put him in between Sammy and Scarlet. Just a likeable character I like, but I didn't consider him as one of my favourites. Now we have two of my favourites along with Max. Sky. Sky is one of my favourite characters from Pahkitew Island. She's caring, she's supportive, she's good at teamwork, she actually becomes one of the finalists. She's serious, but not all, oh, you had to do this, not in a bossy or in a more of a realistic way. She's very good at focusing, she is. She's also very soft as well. She's not all hardcore like Jasmine. I like Sky, I do. Definitely more than most of these characters from Pahkitew Island. Do I like her more than Max? Okay, so if I had to pick a teammate for my own team, if I was on Total Drama, I'll definitely pick Sky because, one, I prefer females more than males in my personal opinion, and two, I just like Sky's characteristic. We probably would be true friends, me and Sky. True best friends. That'd be great, wouldn't it? And now, finally, Sugar. Honey, honey, you're my candy girl. I like Sugar, I do. You know, she looks cuddly and plump, and she has mixed of characteristics. She's friendly, she can be a bit mean, she can be serious, she can be gross sometimes, but not like super gross. She's sociable, which is a definite thing. She can socialise with almost anyone. She actually appeared on Total Drama Rama, which is a nice thing. At least they didn't pick Rodney or Dave or Joe, because that would be bizarre, that would be. I like Sugar, I do. You know, I love female characters that looks a bit more cuddlier, like Stacy or Sadie or Lashana. They just look more huggable. Yeah. Now, she's one of my top 3 characters. Do I like her more than Max? This is going to be a tricky one. I like both characters, Sugar and Max. But do I consider her as number 3 or number 2 on my list? I like Sugar a lot, I do, but Max has been funnier to me. So I'm going to place her in 3rd place. And that is all of the Pahkitew Island characters. My 5th favourite is Leonard, my 4th favourite is Jasmine, my 3rd favourite is Sugar, my 2nd favourite is Max, and my number 1 favourite character is Sky. And that's Generation 3 of Total Drama characters. The only one we have left now is the Ridonculous Race Generation 4. I'm doing it all in chronological order. You got Generation 1, Generation 2, Generation 3, and you got Generation 4. I wonder if there'll be a 5th generation, I wonder. Who knows? But I'm going to have to save these guys for another time, because I've already talked about Pahkitew characters on this video. Thank you for tuning in. If you've got any questions, ask me at any time, and I'll see you in another video. Take care for now.